Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where today we're going to be trying a puzzle that lots of you have recommended to us. It's called Turbulence. It's by Scojo. And, well, amongst the recommendations we've had from this was an email I had from Fool on Hill, who some of you may know both as a very, very good constructor, but also as a brilliant solver. And Fool on Hill said this is a masterpiece. So that's pretty high praise as Maverick flies over. Always a propitious sign, I think, when Maverick flies past my window at the start of a video. It suggests that the puzzle is going to be amazing. And we'll read the rules of this one together in a moment or two's time, but it basically is arrows and double arrows, I think. So nothing too complicated, in theory at least, and it's 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty. So hopefully not monstrous, but you never know. You never know until you've been tangoed or even you started the puzzle. Right, now, a few things to mention before we kick off today. I will start by saying that tomorrow night we are streaming a brand new game, if you can believe it. So after the marathon that was Blueprints, which took us over a year of streams with very few hiatuses or interruptions, we are going to be trying a game called Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which lots of you have suggested we might enjoy. I hope you're right. So I've downloaded it, and 10 p.m. UK time tomorrow evening. We'd love to have your company if you're free. If you want to join 2 supposed Sudoku experts doing battle with that game. So that's coming tomorrow. What else? Well, we've just kicked over into the start of the new month, and that means that yesterday on the channel, well, actually over on Patreon, we released a brand new competition, a Sudoku hunt themed on a hand of cards, a little bit of bridge in there, but you don't have to know the rules of bridge. It's all quite straightforward. Just have to solve some rather nice Sudokus. Some people have already solved everything, and the feedback already has been wonderful. So if you would like to have a go at the competition, do get involved. You've got until the 20th to solve all the puzzles, and if you do manage to solve them all, you'll have the chance to come onto the channel and to solve a puzzle and hopefully to appear in a video. So if that appeals, do get involved in those, in that hunt. What else? Birthdays. There are loads of birthdays to do today. It's funny how it goes in swings and roundabouts. It's very rare nowadays that I have a day where there are no birthdays, but a normal day, an average day, is probably 2 birthdays. But today we have 5. So, Anna, your boyfriend Martin wrote to me over there in Sweden. I know the 2 of you are expecting your first child in December. I can tell you Martin is exceptionally excited about that. And he thinks you're amazing, Anna, and that he thinks you're doing amazingly well as well. So many happy returns. And I wish you all the best, obviously, for the December arrival. Next, James, you turned 20 today. And I know this because your girlfriend Julia wrote to me and told me, actually, that you have started and become a bit obsessed with setting cryptic crosswords. I had a go at one of your puzzles, actually, one that she suggested I try, and it was very good indeed, very good. If I remember, I will put a link to that puzzle under this video. But James, a budding cryptic crossword setter, who has definitely got a lot of props already. So many happy returns, James. I hope there's chocolate cake, of course, and it's very well iced. Next, somebody who I know is getting gluten-free chocolate cake today, I'm assured about this, is Jess. Your husband Ryan wrote to me, Jess, to tell me he loves you, and he hopes that today will be filled with friends, rest, and gluten-free chocolate cake. So, Jess, enjoy your birthday. Next, Morton, you've turned the big 5-0 today. And I know this because your girlfriend Cecil and your son Theodore wrote to me. I think you're over in Copenhagen. And I was assured by Cecil that a shout out on the channel would make you very happy. I can't believe that, but I hope it's true. And Morton, many happy returns. I hope the chocolate cake is good, obviously. And then last but not least, Xander, you've turned 25 today. And I know this because your partner Bella wrote to me and told me that the 2 of you often race over puzzles that appear on the channel, but apparently Xander normally wins. Now I was quite intrigued also by the cake that you're getting today, Xander, which I think Bella is making. A burnt sugar cake with caramel buttercream. That does sound nice. I have to say, I very rarely am tempted by alternatives to chocolate cake, but that does sound nice. Xander, many happy returns. Enjoy the cake. Let me know if you've got a picture of it and how good it tasted and how much icing there was, of course. That's all the news, I think. I've probably forgotten something, but if I have, never mind. We can catch up tomorrow. Let's have a look at the rules for Turbulence by Scojo. How are we going to finish this? If we want to get it right, we have got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we're going to put the digits 1 to 9, once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Arrows. Digits along an arrow must sum to the number in the attached circle. So, okay, let's look at this one, because that doesn't seem to be. Some of these are double arrows and arrows, but anyway, this cell, let's imagine this was 1, 2, 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is, oh, that's not we can't sing for that. That's an example. We'll sing for it if it turns out to be a 3 in the real puzzle. But 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6, so that's how an arrow would work. Now double arrows are very similar, but digits along a line sum to the same total as the digits in the attached circles. So let's look at these two circles. You can see that there is a line joining them up. So we'd sum these digits. Whatever we get, let's say we get, I don't know, 15, then those two would have to add up to 15. That is how double arrows work. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So, where do you think we start here? Let's start with arrows. Those 3 cells are at least 1, 2, 3. We saw that in the introduction. So this is at least a 6. Okay, and then we can do a trick. There's a trick there, look. A little trick to start the video. In box 3 there, you can see there are 5 arrow cells. So, let's ask a question. What is the minimum that those 2 arrows could sum to? Now, even if we filled these digits with the very minimum, we'd get 15, wouldn't we? So that means that these 2 circles have to sum to at least 15, which means neither individually can be as low as 5, because if this was a 5, that would imply this was at least a 10, which we can't write in. So both of these digits must be at least 6, even though, you know, this arrow doesn't seem to be very long. You can sort of combine its effect with the other arrow to reach a better conclusion. Now we've got this arrow down here. That's got to be at least 6 as well. It's got a 3-cell arrow. Everything's different on it. Right, and then, okay, and there's the same trick going on there, look. So again, we've got 5 arrow cells in box 7, the total of which must be at least 15. So both of those circles have to be at least equal to 6 in exactly the same way that these two worked. Oh, okay, so what I was expecting all of that to do is for all of these circles that I've put 6, 7, 8, 9 to somehow point at one another and have to be different numbers, but they don't seem to do that at all. Okay, right, I've spotted something different about those ones. Now, this line here that's joining these 2 circles, if you look at it, it's got 3 cells in each of box 2, box 5, and box 6. So these have both got to be 9s. Because what that means is the minimum sum of those 3 digits is, if they were 1, 2, and 3, they would sum to 6. That's the very minimum. The minimum sum of those is 6. The minimum sum of these is 6. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. So that's where we must be. This must be double 9. And we've got loads of 1s, 2s, and 3s in the grid. So that's actually quite a startling... well, it is quite a startling thing. So now these two digits are both, well, they're at least 9. That could be a 1. So 10, those two sum to at least 10. That's not very interesting, sorry. So these sum to, well, they sum to 18 now. Can you get away? You can. I was going to say, do we have to have 1s, 2s and 3s on those arrows? You don't quite. 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is, I think, 18. So we don't have to have all 3 low digits on those arrows. Oh, bobbins. What do... Oh, look. No, that's the same point. Oh, dear. Okay, now I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Oh, where's 9 in... Well, okay, I was going to say, where's 9 in that box? I mean, it's on a line. I might as well pencil mark that. But then I suddenly thought, where is it in this box? And that is a better question. Yeah, you can't put 9 on its own arrow, because then this would be a 0. So that's a 9. So now we might be able to put on you can sometimes put 9s on double arrows, because of course these could be very big numbers. I mean, even if that's a 9, this could be an 8, and then that could be an 8. So we could have that adding to 16, which would totally accommodate putting a 9 on the line. Hang on. Oh, well, nearly. Where's 9 in column 7? One of 2 places. It definitely can't go on a real arrow, because this can't be at least a 10. So this digit is 6, 7, or 8, which means its arrow must have a 1 on it. We know that because if it didn't, it would be a minimum of 2 plus 3 plus 4. And 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 9, which is most certainly bigger than 8. No. 9. Oh, bobbins, I don't know then. So, okay, so where do we look next? All of these 1s, 2s and 3s, I thought we might be able to do something with them, but I'm not sure we can, actually. That digit is at least a 4. Those digits could have 1 low digit on only, so they sum to at least 5. If the low digit on there was a 1, then these would be a 2-3 pair, and the other digit would be a 4 minimum. So the minimum of those is 5. The minimum of that is 4. So that's 13. Sorry, 13? What are you talking about, you stupid man? 9. And then these would be... Oh, could they be 1 and 4 as well then? So 1, 4, so 14. That is interesting. No, it's not. No, it's not, because we already knew they were at least 15 from this box. Oh, bother. You can't put 9 in both of those, because that would mean 9 couldn't go anywhere in box 5 by Sudoku. If both of these were 9s, where would you put 9 in box 5? In theory, it would have to go in that cell by Sudoku, but it obviously can't go in there. So these are both not... They're not both 9. Okay, where is that digit in box 7? That one specifically. Might be able to do something with this one in a minute, but that's one I've just looked at. Where's that one in box? You can't put it in this congregation of arrows. You can't even put it on the other arrow. Let's think about why that is the case. If this digit was on this arrow, then the minimum sum of those digits would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. We can't write 10 into there. So you can't put this digit on this congregation of arrows, and indeed you can't put this digit on that congregation. Let's give that a colour. You can't put that digit on that congregation of arrows. But this one is really restricted. Because where does it go in box 7 then? It's got to go there. It's the only place it can go. So this is... I was going to say, no, it's got... Okay, and the green one... Do we know that the green one isn't the same as the orange one, actually? In my brain, I thought they weren't the same, but there's no reason to think that, is there? So maybe I've got to be a bit more circumspect about that. Maybe this could be orange as well. It could be. It can't be 99, but maybe it could be 88. Actually, okay, here I am now going, right, that is a different digit to the orange digit. By maths, the secret indeed, the secret rears its head in the arrow puzzle. Right, so, I mean, this is, the secret of Sudoku is something I share with only my very favourite people, but of course, if you're watching this video, you're one of my favourite people, so I'm going to tell you what it is. But it's going to lead to something in this box as a parity point. Okay, so let me start off. What is the secret of Sudoku? The secret of Sudoku is that any box of a Sudoku, any row, any complete column, because of the rules of Sudoku, has to contain the digits 1 to 9. Now, if you sum those digits, you get 45. That is the secret. Now, 45 is an odd number. That is a knowledge bomb. Now, let's have a quick look at that double arrow and think about it. In a double arrow, we know the sum of the digits along the line are equal to the sum of the digits in the circles. In other words, those 4 cells can be expressed as 2x, as an even number, because we know whatever the line adds up to, the circles will add up to. So overall, if the line adds up to x, those 4 cells sum to 2x. What do we know about 2x? It's even. So if those 4 cells are even, these 5 cells, in order to get to 45, which the whole box adds up to, must be odd. And if they're odd, these can't be the same. And we know they add up to at least 15. Right, so we now know these add up to 15 or 17. It would be... Oh, well, it would be very good if we knew they added up to 17. Ooh, I think it's more likely they're going to add up to 15, actually, but that's for no other reason than just my suspicion. Okay, but now that we know these are different, the green digit is not the orange digit. And we know it can't go on this line, because the other 4 digits would then add up to at least 10. So the green digit is in one of those 2 cells. So there's a green digit in a circle and an orange digit in here. And we know that these add up to either 15 or 17. There's something wrong with this. That feels like this. Something is grating on my mind about that. What? I don't know. Something feels wrong about that. But I don't actually know what it is. I can't. I don't know. I feel like 15 is wrong there, but I can't. It's very well to say that. If that's 15, they would be 15. They would be 30. I don't know. That's weird. My brain, some part of my brain is telling me there's a problem there, but I can't actually see what it is. Let's just think about. So the green and the orange have to find a home in box 5. That digit's different from this one. we know, okay, we know these add up to 15 or 17, so those digits, but we know the minimum there was 14, don't we, which is, well, which is below the 15 we know we're getting at least in those two. And the way we got 14 was with 1 4 pairs here, and that one being a 4, I think, which is the least it can be. So we get 5 5 4 for 14. Ah, no. Oh. I might, or will I? I'm not sure. I mean, there's a point about a 9 arrow. In fact, it's a point about any 3-cell arrow in Sudoku where the digits are different. You must have at least 2 low digits on this sequence. Because imagine you didn't, then the minimum they could be would be 1 plus 4 plus 5, which is too much to make only 9, or indeed any total for the arrow. So those 2 digits, which are the 2 low digits that are not this one, well, this one can't go on there, so those 2 have to go on there. Let's just try and record that. Let's give these some colours. Which colour should we have there? Yellow. It's quite a nice collection, isn't it? So yellow and indigo are on that line. So, oh, I see. So that's yellow now, just by Sudoku. These are a blue and an indigo pair. So yellow is up there. I don't actually think this is working. Sorry. Oh, I mean, no. Oh dear, sorry. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, is it true to say, does there have to be a low digit on these strings? Let's imagine there wasn't. So if this had no low digit on it, it would be at least 4 plus 5, which is 9, plus 4 there is 13, plus 4 plus 1 minimum there is 18. That's too much, because we know this adds up to an odd total. So there is a low digit on here. So maybe I've done my colouring wrong. Yeah, okay, I'm going to slightly adjust my colouring. Forgive me for this. I'm going to retain yellow, but I'm just going to arbitrarily say that one's indigo and this one is blue, because that allows me to say that this is blue. This must have blue on it, and this, I don't know, do I? Actually, so that hasn't really worked. Those no, it does actually work. These 2 are now yellow and indigo in column 4, so that digit is blue, and now this digit, so this is good. So now this digit is yellow, so I've got different digits on these strings, so that increases the minimum, because now these can't both be 1 and 4, because there's a different low digit on these 2-digit strings. So they're at least 1 plus 2 plus 3 lots of 4. Because we have 4 there, 4 there, 4 there. Oh, does that break Sudoku? No, we could put 4 in the corner. So 12, so 17. That's annoying. Oh, no. 15. I was about to say that's great, because that's going to give me this. But no, it doesn't, does it? 4 1, say, 4 2, and another 4. It's 3 lots of 4, and a 2 and a 1, which is 15. Oh, we only have to increase it once more, and then we know that these 2 would be an 8 9 pair. So indigo, look, is in one. Indigo can't go there, can it? I say that, and then it probably can. The minimum of these was 10, wasn't it? So yeah, absolutely indigo could go there. Bother. That didn't work either. Nothing's working. So these two are now blue and indigo, but I don't know the order. So I know this has got yellow on it and it's got this digit, but I don't know whether that's blue or indigo now, since I unraveled my card. Ah, hang on, there's a blue down here as well. Gosh, that makes it more likely this is a really low digit. Okay. What about... that's at least a 4. I don't know. It's a very peculiar puzzle, isn't it? Because I don't think it's that easy, this. I'm not seeing how to do it at all. I'm going to go back and think about this again. What was my brain trying to tell me down here? So my brain told me there's a problem with 15. Now, why is it saying that? Or why is my subconscious saying that? Why doesn't my conscious mind think about it? If it was 15, those would add to 15. These would add to 30, so they'd be 6, 7. Yes, that's completely clear. Right, now, it's weird, isn't it? The way if you step away from something and come back to it, you can see it. It's actually beautiful. It's beautiful. It's weird, actually, but it is beautiful. Can you see? You probably have all been shouting at me about this, but for some reason, my brain didn't work here. So, why is this not? Why does orange and green not sum to 15? The reason is that will make these cells sum to 30 by the secret, because these will be 15 on the arrow. We know the whole box adds to 45, so these will be 30, which means that the 2 circles sum to 15 and the 2 line cells sum to 15. But we can't do that because we know that the way to get to 15 if you begin with an orange digit is to add the green digit to it. And we wouldn't be adding the green digit. Clearly, we'd be adding some other digit. So the sum of this couldn't be 15, so the sum of the circles couldn't be 15. The maths doesn't work. So that's telling us that these actually add to 17, which means that they are an 8-9 pair. And now one of those is a 9, so that this digit is not a 9, or an 8 for that matter. So 9 is now on this line. So the minimum, right, the minimum for those two has gone up as a result of that. The minimum for these two is now 9 and 4 here, which is 13 plus 1, 14. So these are at least 14. But that is interesting, because neither can be a 9. Look, those 2 digits. So this is good. Right, neither of these can be a 9. Neither of these red cells by Sudoku. So, but they must add to at least 14. So how are we going to do that? We can't have... They have to be from 6, 7, and 8, don't they? If we put 5 in one of these, the maximum we could put in the others is 8, and that would only add to 13. So these are from 6, 7, and 8. And that means this one is not a blue digit of either variety. So these digits are an indigo blue pair, and they are the 1s, 2s, and 3s in column 6, which puts well, it's not very surprising, but it puts a very low digit on this arrow for certain. Now, so the minimum of this is 14. But the maximum is 16 if these were both 8. If they were both 8, this would be an 8. That would be an 8, and that can't work. Yeah, I don't think 16 works here. Because if both of those red circles is 8, then we can see that this would be a 9 and orange would be an 8. This would be an... Actually, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry. For some reason, I thought 8 was getting locked onto this position in box... in this box, but I don't actually think it is. 8 would be in one of those two positions. I mean, it couldn't go there. It would have to go here. So that would be an 8. We get all sorts of 8s, and that would have to be a 7-9 pair. This actually looks like it might work. So I'm now thinking maybe these are double 8. Bother. That's not what we were looking for, is it? Indigo is in one of those cells, as well as yellow. And these are an 8. Okay, so this is now a 6 or a 7, and one of these, sorry, an 8 or a 9, and one of these is an 8 or a 9. And orange is in one of those cells and is not. I better get rid of the red colouring because that will make me think these are the same digits, which I don't think they have to be. And they add up to 17. So to get to 17, could you miss out a low digit? No, you couldn't. Because if you didn't have all 3 low digits, the minimum would be 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, which is 18. So all the low digits are in those cells. I don't know where they go, but that is a truth. Okay, the other thing we can say about that, though, is that there must be 2 low digits on the 3-cell arrow. Because there can't be 3, because they'd add up to 6, and this doesn't add up to 6. And you can't put 2 on this arrow, or it couldn't get to 8, even if these were 3 and 2. So there is 2 on there, 1 on there. And that... Oh, bother. I don't know what that means. 7. It said, oh, hang on. Hang on a moment. If these add up to 17, that means that these add up to 28 by the secret, which means that the 2 circles add up to 14, and these 2 line cells add up to 14. So this is a 5 or a 6 in the corner to add up to 14 with this digit. And this is a green plus a 5 or a 6. So that I see. So now I've got a 5, 6, 8, 9 quadruple in column 1. So the digits in the... So this is not 9 anymore. The rest of the digits in this column are 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I'm so tempted to pencil mark that. Are there any that can't be? That one is 4 or 7 then. It can't be 1, 2 or 3 because of the turbulence in the grid on the various low digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Golly. Okay. Oh, this must do something, mustn't it? What do you think it does? I don't know. No, I really don't know. Goodness. I'm not sure. How do we do this then? What is it that I'm missing? Must be missing something pretty profound here, actually, because if you actually look at the pencil marks I've made, they're sort of interesting, but they're not powerful enough, are they? What's the frequency Kenneth? No, we're not asking what the frequency Kenneth is. Those add up to 17. And we know we've got at least a 1-2 pair. I'm wondering if I can put 9 on these bits. Especially that one. If that would give me a 9 in there. If there was a 9 here on this arrow, it would be at least 10. If this was 1, 9, plus 2, because we can't use the same low digit. So we'd be on 12. No, that's nowhere near. That's nowhere near working. That's quite interesting, actually. It may be interesting for more digits than 9. But what I'm now noticing is that even if that was a 4, that means the maximum these can be is adding up to 13. And the minimum, the low digits we can include on them would be a 1 and a 2. So that means the other 2 digits, there's not many degrees of freedom, is there? Would have to sum to a maximum of 10. So we could never even put a 7 on here. 7 and 1 plus 2 is already 10. Plus 2 lots of 4 for the other digits is 18. So it's really hard to pencil mark, but basically these are, I don't want to do it even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is what I was going to say. I mean, that is what we're doing. We can't include even as much as a 7 on these arrows. And it might come down lower than that if this digit is in any way large. In fact, maybe that's a digit we should consider. Because the minimum in those is double 4 and a 2 and a 1. So this can't be bigger than 6. So that is 6, 5 or 4. Can't be 1, 2 or 3, can it? So this digit's very restricted as well. But, okay, let's come back to 9 then in this box. Now, I don't know where it is, but it's in one of these 3 cells, and that means 9 is not here in box 5, which means 9 is there, and that sorts us out. So we've got a green there. We know that's 9, that's 9, that's 5 in the corner to add to the 14 we were looking for. This is a 6, 8 pair. This is now, that's now not an 8. So double 8 has been ruled out from there, which is not what I was expecting. Okay, so now where's 9 in this box? The answer is it's become straightforward. We can just write it in. So 9 in this box has become straightforward. Aha! We're starting to get somewhere all of a sudden. Let's double click all our 9s and make them all orange, and we can finish them all. That's a 9 now, which is, again, a slightly surprising 9 in box 1. That's all the 9s placed. Now, so in this column, look, we've got, I mean, it's a terrible thing to do, but maybe I have to do it. 4, 5, 6, 7 is the gapped digits. I'm thinking about these circles in particular. And, I don't know. The blue low digit has to be in one of 2 places in column 1, look, by Sudoku of all things. I wish I knew what it was. That would be very helpful. So these digits now are a maximum of 15. So that digit's a maximum of 6. Well, I could get very, very invested in a lot of pencil marking in this puzzle. I really don't like doing that. Okay. So what do you think we do next? No idea. Let's think about this. 10, 11. Am I missing something terribly obvious? I probably am, aren't I? But it's hard to know exactly where to look for this obvious point, or whatever this obvious point may be. Do I know what the minimum of those three is now? 9 plus 4 plus 1 is 14. Yeah, I think I already knew that. 14 is the minimum. Oh, hang on. 14 is the minimum. So this definitely can't be 6 anymore. That's got to be 7 or 8. And the only way it can be 7 is if it's double 7, which might be rule outable. I'm not sure how, but it might be. So the total for this line, though this is interesting. So the total for this line now is a maximum of 15 and a minimum of 14. So there's 1 degree of freedom. So this digit is either 4 or 5. Let me just double check that. If that was 6, we'd have at least 15, 16. We can't double 8 this anymore since this became an... Oh, here's a point. I know what the total is of those. That's huge. Sorry. Yeah, look here. These two digits, they can't involve 6 or 5, and they add up to 8. That's got to be a 1-7 pair. So this adds up to 9. That's a 2, 3, 4. Now that's going to do something, surely. That's now not a 1. It must do something. He says somewhat desperately. 2, 3, 4, 1, 7. Please. Where's... No, that doesn't work. Okay. Oh, wait. Right, that digit's become a 6. That's probably going to do some work. So this is a 1, 2, 3 arrow. We might get that 3 in the corner we were looking at earlier. We've got a really good chance of it. Where's 4 in the bottom row? It's got to go here. This digit now is a 7. If this was 2 plus 4, it would equal 6. So that's 7. Oh, we don't get the 3 in the corner. Oh, well, never mind. Sorry. We had a good chance, and then it was snatched from us at the last moment. Right, this is not a 3. These don't include 3. These digits are a 5, 8 pair. This isn't a 2. So yellow is not a 2 wherever it occurs. Oh, is that true? Because that would seem to suggest yellow is 1, which is... How is that happen? Oh, I see. No, it is true. Yeah, the 3 and the 2 in the bottom row see 2 examples of yellow in row 5 and row 6. So yellow can't be 2 or 3 and has to be 1. That's gorgeous. So that's done a bit more. So yellow is 1. No, there is a yellow on this. So this has got to be a 2. This is a 4. This is a 2, 3 pair. 4 is not one of the coloured digits. So what we've got here are the 2 flavours of blue. And what we've got here is no flavour of blue and a definite yellow. What we've got here is a definite yellow. We know that yellow is the number 1. So we get a 2, 3 pair there. This can't have a 1 on it because it doesn't have a yellow on it. These are a 2, 3 pair. But there's all sorts going on now. I've got myself into a bit of a pickle in that there was so much information that just suddenly unwound itself that I don't feel I've got a very good grip on what I should be thinking about now. Where's 1 in row 8? It's exactly there, which is lovely. So this is the yellow. That's not the yellow. Can we just get all the yellow? We might be able to just get all the yellows. There's a yellow on the 9 arrow. So the 9 arrow is either 1, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 6, which is a little bit frivolous of me, but I'm going to pencil mark it. So in this column, we've not put 8 in. 8's got to be in this domino, along with, whichever of 2 and 3 is not on this arrow is used here. And whichever of 5 and 6 is not used is in that domino. So these are from 5, 6, and 8. And this 9 arrow is probably difficult now. It's not 1, 8. And if it was 3, 6, you couldn't use 1, 2, 6 or 1, 3, 5 here. So this is either 2, 7 or 4, 5. So if it's 2, 7, it's that way round. If it's 4, 5, no. If it's 4, 5, it's either way. You rotten old puzzle. Okay, that didn't work. Bother. Okay, so now I've got 1 plus 4. That digit. 2 plus possibly a 4 there. What do you think we do next? No clue. That's not 7 anymore. So that's a bit interesting, isn't it? That's 6. That's 5. 14 would be the total. 6, 5, 4, 7. It might be fine. I'm not sure. How do you think we do this? I have no clue. It's about the delicate balance of all these arrows, isn't it? And that's all very well saying it, but actually working out where the correct... Oh, where's 8 in row 6? Given I've got an 8 there, that can't be an 8. So 8 is restricted in row 6 to one of these 2 cells. Does that help? If your answer to that is no, I would agree with you. What's that digit? That's presumably got to be a low digit now, because we know the maximum here is 15. So if this was as much as a 4, no, it can't be. If that's a 4, then we're already at least 17 for those 3 cells. That's way too much. Well, in fact, okay, I'm going to put 1, 2, and 3 in there. I'm not even sure 3 will... No, 3 won't work, will it? 3 plus 4 plus 9 is 16. So this is a 1 or a 2. And it is definitely... Well, I bet if it's a 2, that gets pushed up as well. Because then that's at least 3 plus 4. I don't know. It's hard to know whether that's a problem. If that's 2, that's 4, isn't it? That's actually, that is removing degrees of freedom from this line. If that's 2, it has 2 effects. Firstly, it makes that at least 3 plus 4. Secondly, because this is 2 and this can't add up to more than 15, that has to be a 4 as well, because if it was 2 plus 5, that was too much. And that being a 4 increases this. So we'd be at least at 3 plus 4, plus 5 is 12, 13, 17. Okay, so that can work. 3, 4, 12, 13, and that would have... Oh, but that could... Oh, no, it's even more beautiful. No, it's even more beautiful. You can't do that. Right. If this is a 2, it does have an effect to make this a 4, but what I hadn't appreciated is that being a 4 takes that away from being 4 and that one. So if this is a 4, both of those become at least 5, and that is too much pressure on this line. So if this is 2, you've got 3, 4 there, and double 5 here. That's already 17. Once you add the 1 to it, it's too big. So this is a 1. No. I was going to malign it unfairly by claiming it wasn't going to do anything, but it did do something straight away. It sorted out this 1, 7 at the bottom. 7, I don't think we ever coloured 7, did we? So So now that's definitely... So 1 is in one of 3 places in column 1. Oh no, please don't do that. Please. Oh no, I've got a bad feeling about this. Are we right back where we were? No, I don't know. We might be. 6, 5. That's 6. That does everything here. Because it makes that 5. That's 7. That's 6. And that's 7. 6, 5. 6. This would be a 4. So that would be a 6 as well. If that's 6, we get double. And we can't have double 6, can we? 12, 13. No, oh no, that's very bad. Right, this is not a 6. The reason for that is quite complicated, but if this is 6, that's 7. That's very simple. And that becomes a 4-5 pair looking at this digit. So if you make that 6, that's got to be 6 too. Now I'm on 12 and 1 is 13, which means these have to add to 4. One of them is low, the other is at least 4, so that's definitely wrong. That's not 6. Now, can we do... How did that... This being 4, 5 was a problem, wasn't it? So how do we make that happen again? If we make... We make that 6... And that has to be 8. Because we know that this line adds up to at least 14. If we make that 6, that's 4. Oh, that's very simple. That's very simple. That doesn't work. This is not a 6. This is not a 6 because if it is, this line, which adds up to at least 14, because this is at least a 4, now it adds up to 14. That would have to be 6. This would have to be 8. This is a 4. So you have to do that, and now this is a 5 by Sudoku, and that cell's got no fill. So it doesn't work. That's a 7. Now that's probably going to... No, see, I don't think that's going to... Oh, well, no. One thing that does do is it does place 7 in box... Oh, no, that's going to do that as well. That's good. Okay, so this 7 is giving us loads of 7s in the grid. Now there's a weird point. now, hang on. I'm just going to let's just quickly mark 7s. Just humour me here. In fact, I might. Oh no, I thought I could do something simpler, but I've got 7. See this cell here? That's being added to 7 on one side of it and added to 7 on the other side of it. In other words, these 2 digits sum to the same. Well, because let's say this was 7 as well, then obviously this is 14 and this is 14, but there's 9 is common on both lines. So those 2 digits, which are a 1 and a 4 or a 5, must sum to the same as that digit. So that is a 5 or a 6 by Sudoku. And if you're going to tell me that didn't do anything, I, alas, would have to agree with you. That's rotten. That's rotten. Oh dear. Oh, hang on. I've got a 4, 5 here now. Is that doing something? Oh, there is 6, 8 pair at the top here. Right. So where are... This is a 4, 5 pair. Just by Sudoku in box 2. 3, 4, 5. This is a 6, 8 pair. So this won't be a 6, 8 pair. Otherwise we'd have a uniqueness problem. But that's this is now a 4, 5. So in this row we need 6, 7, and 8. We might be able to do better. 6, 7, and 8 here, but there's an 8 there. So this is 6 or 7. 6, 7, and 8 here, but this sees 7. That one I don't know. I don't think it quite works. Okay, 4 in this box is now in one of 2 places. That's looking at here. So that's not 4, which means that's not 5. That's 2 or 5. So there's sort of a floating 2-5 pair between those 4 cells in box 3, because either the 9 arrow has 2 on it or it has 5 on it. Oh, I mean, we must be a scintilla away now, I think, from finishing this puzzle. Famous last words, but that's my feeling. Yeah, those 2 digits are the same as well, aren't they? Because you can sort of think, whatever this is, if this is 4, this is double 5, which would put us up to 11 plus at least 2 is 13. But we could accompany that with a 4. Bother. Okay. So we're still not there. It's amazing, but I don't think we are. I mean, in terms of the turbulence that Scojo has created here, it's quite extreme turbulence. It's not turbulence I would enjoy. I'm not a good flyer at the best of times, but this would be testing me to my maximum. You can understand why people like this, though. It's very intricate in a quite a lovely way. Now, how do we make more progress? What about what? Can I do anything with this? If that's a 5, that is 1, 2, 6. This would be 5, 8. That would be 6, 8. Or is it this row somehow? 7? Let's double click 7s in the hope that something... Oh yeah, there's something. Oh, that's very straightforward. Where's 7 in this box? And the answer is I don't know, as so often. But the pencil marking of the 7 gives us this as a 6. Which means that gives this as an 8 and this as a 7. And now this is an 8, which is... So it's 15 is the total here. Which means that this is a 5. So that's double 4. And now we should be able to work out what this is. There may be some optionality, but it shouldn't be great, I don't think. Let's work it out. So we're on 9. We need this to add up to... Oh, no, there is optionality. We need it to add up to 8, so it's either 2, 6 or 3, 5. Bother. Oh, dear. Oh, and they're going to add up to 8 as well. They're just going to be the corollary of whatever they are. Oh, dear. Oh, okay. All right, that's not a 4 anymore. So this is a 5, 6 pair. How does this still resist? That's mad. Oh, it's probably Sudoku. Oh, yes, there we go. 6 is now on this arrow. So this is 1, 2, 6. I say, oh, yes, but I mean, it might not be. This is now a 7 by Sudoku. Let's make sure all our 7s are in red so that we can keep track of them. 7 is in that domino in box number 1. This domino in box number 3. And if this is 1, 2, 6, this is not a 2 here. So this is 5, this is 4. That's the 7. That's the 7. All your 7s belong to us. That's not red anymore as a result. Now, what do we need here? We need 8 and 3. Still no 3 in the corner, but 3 and 8 can go in. Now this 3 is giving me 3 and 2, although I still can't do the colours. This 8 is giving me 5 here and 8 here. And hopefully, yeah, we can keep going. We can keep going with some more Sudoku. There's a 4 in row 1. This 5 is giving me a 6 here. Does that make sense? Yes. And that's been filled in, so that's fine. Okay, but now this is not 6, so this is not 2. And this digit here is 2, 3, or 5, and all of those seem to be possible, which is incredible. This is really quite remarkable. Okay, all right. Oh, that's a look, the blue is now a 2, so we can put that. So this is now the 2 digit. That's the indigo digit. So we can keep that going down here. 3 is the indigo. So this is now. So these, remember, they had to add up to 8. They can't be 2, 6 now. So those are 3, 5. And these are therefore 2, 6, and we know the order. So 2, 6, 6, 8, 8, 5. This is a 3. Let's make sure that that's blue as it should be. That gives us this one. Yeah, I feel like we might have just broken the back of this at last. Not an easy puzzle, but a very clever one. Now, yeah, we can do the 8 here. We can do the 6. We can do the 6. We can do the 5. So the bottom of the grid's finished. Just got to sort out the top of the grid. We can get the 6 in this box. That leaves us with a 1, 2 pair. This digit is a 3 by Sudoku. That's to be 1, 2, or 3. It gives me a 1, 2 pair in row 2. And I need 1, 2, and 5. So this is the 2. This is the 1. This is the 5. That's 2. That's 1. That's 1, and that's 3, and that should be the puzzle finished. But what we haven't done a very good job of at all is colouring. So let's try and improve that. So that's definitely it's definitely not yellow, is it? That's definitely not yellow. That's definitely 2s. 2s wherever we see them should be blue. 1s, wherever we see them, should be yellow. The 1s look like they've worked. The 3s, have the 3s worked? Yes. The 8, oh, tell you what hasn't worked. The 8s are definitely, they've been very recalcitrant, but we can fix that with a quick double click of the mouse. And we're just left with 4, 5s, and 6s, hopefully. Uncolour. Let's hope this is right. Yes. Brilliant puzzle. Brilliant puzzle. Turbulent is the word. You have to keep quite careful track of the digits there, but there were some lovely ideas in it. Scojo, take a bow as ever. This was, I felt in, it was less jestful than the Rapunzel one that you did. There was Peddling Pianist who did Rapunzel, Let Down Your Sausages, wasn't it? Anyway, Scojo, very well done on a very good puzzle. Enjoyed it mightily. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.